In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what got me started painting watercolor bookmarks, how I intend to use them for building my business, hopefully in the future, and how you can also make watercolor bookmarks at home if you have some basic supplies. I'm going to tell you all about that now. When I traveled to Arizona in November, we visited an art store that was very interesting, and I saw some unique products there and bought this Hahnemühle paper that came with 3 Sennelier watercolors. It's like a bookmark pad of 100% cotton watercolor paper, 140-pound cold pressed. And I used it for various things before I realized it's very fun to make bookmarks. And I started making them. And my husband liked them and wanted one. So I laminated it. And I'll explain how I do that without a laminator shortly. Then one night I was feeling kind of sad and down. And I was really trying to cheer myself up. It was late at night. And I thought maybe if I did something for other people. Anytime I make art for other people, it always really gets me feeling better. So I decided I would make a number of bookmarks that I could take into work and give to my coworkers. So I started creating bookmarks that had different themes that I thought would resonate with my coworkers. And as I was doing that, I was like, I really like making these bookmarks. This is really fun. It's a nice way to make a quick painting. You don't have to completely dedicate 12 hours to a painting, which is about the length of time it takes me to choose my subject and either sketch out the art or trace the art if it's a portrait of somebody or somebody's pet that needs to be just right. If I'm making it to sell to somebody or give away to somebody. And then from there, the painting process and allowing each layer to dry and so on and so forth takes probably 12 hours start to finish. So this was a nice way to make small paintings that can be interesting. You can take some risks because they're bookmarks, right? They're not super involved. So I started and I made about 6 of them, and that was great. I really enjoyed it, and it was very fulfilling. Then I thought, well, I've recently decided to start selling my portraits and taking commissions for person and pet portraits, but I don't have any way to get the word out that I do this because I don't want to use this YouTube channel for selling art. I want this to be something separate, unless and until I start making my own creative pieces. But for things like commissions and pet portraits, things like that, I prefer to keep that separate, if that makes sense. And while Facebook is fine, and I intend to put my new business, as it were, on Facebook classifieds, and recently had been working on creating a business name and a logo and thinking about making an LLC and what that takes, and also creating a website or at least a portfolio, which is a whole other can of worms that I'll talk about another time. But I thought maybe a good way to get things started is to paint maybe 50 bookmarks, something like 50, and make them representative of sort of my style, colorful and fun, and then laminate them with my business information on the back, along with my my contact stuff and my portfolio website, and then take them around to some stores locally where people who are interested in art might visit. There are a few art and framing stores here in my small town, and then some businesses that are operated by people that I know. And I thought maybe those would be good places. I could take my work around to maybe 5 different stores and leave 10 bookmarks at each one. And at first I was thinking I would just want to give them away, but then I realized that a lot of times when you just give something away for free, it's not valued for whatever reason. So perhaps I would charge like $3 a piece for them and leave a little cash box at the place with like a little setup with my logo and my, again, contact information, the price of the bookmarks, and then just do it on a trust basis. If someone takes one and doesn't pay for it, I don't care. It's fine. But I think this is what I'm going to do. So lately in my free time, when I don't really have the energy to start a whole painting project, I've been making bookmarks. You're watching me kind of go through the process. But I used up the Hannah Mule watercolor paper pretty quickly, and I realized I wanted to use my favorite watercolor paper, which is the Saunders Waterford St. Cuthbert's Mill 300 gram cold pressed watercolor paper. And I always buy the block, which is an 11 by 14 or a 10 by 14 inch block. And I thought, well, how can I divvy this up? So I made a little template and I drew out the rectangles for the bookmarks, and I'm showing you here on the screen how I did that.
Don't want to sleep tonight at all. Just want to watch them stars fall. With you, don't want to try to make up dreams just to be seen. I want to lay here beside you, oh quiet. Fire breath and open sky.
Super easy, so simple.
It's not what we know.
And then when each one is done, I'm able to just laminate it with my information on the back. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll take them around to the places I've chosen and distribute them. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. The first thing I have to do, however, before I can distribute anything or put any of my stuff on Facebook Marketplace in my area, is to make a portfolio site online, which is completely stressing me out. Because even though I have a even though I have a YouTube channel, I know nothing about technology, and it is not my forte, not my fort, as it were. Is that the correct pronunciation? Fort, or is it forte? You tell me in the comments, please. Let's look at how I laminate these. So you can see that I'm just using some 3M Scotch storage and packing tape. It's clear and it's very strong, and as I'm illuminating for your eyeballs, I just put 2 strips over the top of the bookmark, and then I flip it over and do 2 strips on the back, and then I cut very close to the edges rather than folding the edges over anything. I just leave enough of a lip over each edge to allow the tape to stick to itself. I find that when I fold it over, it just leaves edges that are that have no place to go, with like a bump. You know what I'm saying. You all have done this before. So that's that. What do you guys think? You want to make bookmarks? Do you see yourself making bookmarks in the future? I love it. I think it's super fun. It's a great gift idea. You can make one to cheer somebody up, or just as a simple gift, and make a small, beautiful watercolor painting, something somebody will treasure, and then they'll see it in their book and think of you, which is lovely. You can also put like uplifting comments on them, or scripture, or whatever seems like it best fits the situation, and you can do that on the back. You can make double-sided bookmarks, obviously. So much can be done with this process. I'm really super grateful you stuck around and watched the whole video, and I have lots and lots of other videos. Most of them are not this tutorial style, but if you like the tutorial style videos, I am going to link one right here in the card for you now, where I teach how to make my watercolor portraits without having to draw them. I have been working on drawing my art these days, but tracing is a very effective tool, and it allows you to paint right away without having to learn to draw first. And that saved me lots and lots of time. So definitely trace your work if you need to, and this tutorial shows you how. I also have another tutorial where I show you how I paint the light. These were some of my first videos, and I think you'll enjoy them. If you like more storytime videos, I've got lots of those as well. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful day. Bye-bye.
This big black cloud is coming down.